So here we are back in Mrkovica for the third place playoff game, and we've got on the field the pink shirts of Avoy Brno and the navy blue of Kraków. Done very well actually to get here, and I'm delighted for two reasons. One is because we're very nearly at the final game, because it's going to be a cracking match between Worcester and Madrid. Obviously we've got this game to look forward to, and two, because my partner in crime Maurizio, who you've been listening to throughout the course of these championships over the last couple of days, he's actually on the outfield and he'll be reffing alongside his long-term friend, not for the next, say, 20 minutes or so, Christian Young. Christian Young, he of lacking hair on the top of his head, and Maurizio is just probably saying a prayer right now in the centre. But I'm delighted to say that alongside me, we've not only replaced Maurizio, but we've actually improved on Maurizio, because we have Dan James next to me, who will have to go at half time because you've got a rather important game to prepare for the final.
Yeah, we have indeed. We've done well. We're trying to play down the importance of the game, to be fair, but yeah, in the final, really happy to be in the final against a strong Madrid side, and yeah, looking forward to it. So yeah, but before that, getting this game underway now with Seal and Ondra on the ball for Brno. Kraków starting off with a diamond, that well-trusted diamond that served them so well during this tournament. Seen very minimal goals conceded.
So Brno will be taking the kick-off. They'll be shooting from right to left from our viewpoint on the official side of the pitch. And they're in the pink shirts, and the all-navy blue of Kraków will be from left to right. And for those of you watching on the live stream around the world, good afternoon, welcome to Mrkovica. We have two more games. This is the third place playoff game, and then we have the final coming up next. There is 20 minutes each way, continuous clock apart from timeouts, and if the referee calls a referee's timeout, the ball's on halfway with Gottlieb. He's going to switch from left to the far right-hand side.
It's a bright start for Brno in the first minute, a couple of switches already.
Mazarak, the main goal threat, takes a shot from 8 metres out. It goes wide of the right-hand post. No bother for the goalkeeper, who will throw over his head downfield to try and find Mkhitaryan, who is the main goal threat for Kraków. Scored the late equaliser, which means that they're playing in this game. Brno down the left-hand side, can't be picked up by Gottlieb. Inside the final third, Gottlieb with a second opportunity, and the ball just spins away into the midfield third. Central position, he's wrestling at the moment with Salonika. Salonika back inside his own third, just hacks it down the left and inadvertently passes to his teammate Mkhitaryan, who's inside the midfield third. We were crying out actually in the last game for him to go further forward. Here he goes, over halfway, central position, stops just outside the centre circle. Lovely little drag back. Now he goes down the centre, over the broken line, shoots right-footed left of the left-hand post by a good 3 or 4 yards, but it possessed a lot of power, and that just shows what a decent shot he has on him.
Mkhitaryan, he's actually been really impressive during this tournament. Unfortunately, he's having to do everything himself in terms of the attack at the minute, with Kraków favouring their defence above anything else. And so Mkhitaryan, he's doing a lot of work going forwards in pretty much in the opponent's half all by himself.
It's in the centre of the field, Kraków in centre circle, just been played from left to right. Kuskovic over to the right-hand side, and he just loses out, and Mkhitaryan will try and follow up the ball, and he's just stopped on the broken line by the right-hand kickboard. He's a very powerful man, and he's having a bit of wrestling match with an equally powerful man, and that's Gottlieb.
Oh, Maurizio!
He goes to ground, and I think Maurizio has just called a foul here on Mkhitaryan. He's got his arm round him. Maybe he knows him well, but it's going to be the first team foul against Brno. Remember, you allow 3 team fouls. If the 4th team foul inside the half will result in an 8-metre penalty. We've had that in our previous game where both sides were on 3 team fouls after only about 9 minutes, and the remaining 11 minutes and conceding a couple of penalties. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the remaining 18 minutes of this first half. It's a free kick 2 yards inside the broken line, 2 yards in from the right-hand kickboard. So quite an acute angle. There's a 3-man wall being lined up by Bucky in goal for Brno, and it will be Mkhitaryan who will receive the ball. It's just going to be tapped between his legs, and he might shoot from where he is. He's not scared actually to shoot from distance,
and he has got a really strong, powerful shot. When he finds the target.
Looks like Karen Seal is just about to start a 100-metre race. He's got one hand on the floor, and he's going to run out to the point of impact. He goes well wide. In fact, it hits the kickboard on the far left-hand side, then goes out to play. That's how far wide it was.
And Karen Seal, he's renowned for that, charging out of a wall. Likes to use his experience and his speed to get out to players as quick as he possibly can. That's a bad switch, however, been cut out.
Yeah, Karen Seal tried to play the ball from the left side of his own third to the far right-hand side. Inadvertently plays it into the feet of a Krakow player who goes to ground inside the final third. Nothing given. This is Krzysztof inside the final third. He just loses out to Karen Seal, who now goes over halfway for the first time. Close dribbling skills, just gets tackled on halfway by Mkhitaryan, who does a lovely little turn inside the centre circle, and he's still going left to right, right to left, play. 2 yards one way, 2 yards the other way. Then he miscontrols the ball. He's pushed over to the right-hand side, now goes back to the centre. He's not gone over the broken line as yet, so he's doing a lot of work in the midfield third, and Karen Seal's kept with him quite well. He's over on the far side, far left-hand side for Krakow. Goes to ground.
Excellent work.
Given against Karen Seal, and Mkhitaryan so far star man on the field.
And he's been really, really patient there with Karen Seal at his back for a long period of time. He's using his hands, he's waiting to try and feel around when he can turn. And as he turned there, Karen left his leg in, and he's gone over it. So that's well done once again by Mkhitaryan. He's having a great tournament so far. Just noticing for Krakow at the moment, they're starting slowly to get players now actually supporting in attack, which is good to see.
It's going to be Mkhitaryan from distance, shoots from the edge of the broken line, and again, that's going to hit the kickboard on the side and then go out of play, this time on the right-hand side. So he's had a few shots, but not really got the radar working as yet. Long throw downfield by Bukowski, and there's two Brunel players on the edge of the D. It's pushed out wide. Mrazek, their main goal threat, on the left-hand side. He's into the D. He levels off into the centre, tries to have a shot, but can't get his foot around the ball. He's still got it on the far right-hand side. He's nearer the broken line than the D. Switches to the left where Gottlieb is got forward. Gottlieb, powerful number 7. He's going to move inside the final third, squares it to the right, where it could be a shot from Mrazek, edge of the D, and the goalkeeper dives to his left and spills it away for a corner. It could have been...
And Karen Seal, he's really impressed with that back there. You might have heard that. Gottlieb and Mrazek working really well together there, linking up with 2 switches across to move that Krakow defence before the shot from Mrazek came in. It was fantastic work.
As a goalkeeper, what do you think about the goalkeeper there? Yes, he first of all he stopped it from going in back of the net, which is of course the main thing, but he should really have held on to
he could have done better.
It's going to be a corner for Bruno from the right. It's taken by Mrazek. He went deep towards the broken line, gone back to where the corner was taken. He's then been tackled by the Krakow defence, who are going to walk out of their own third. A missed kick, so it could be picked up by Bruno halfway inside the final third. It is with Mrazek, edge of the D, left-hand side. He's got his back to goal. He's going to have to spin round onto his right foot, shoots, and it's wide of the left-hand post. It rolled along the ground, missed by 2 or 3 yards, and it will be another goalkeeping restart.
The skipper is looking really, really bright up front. He's always a threat up there, and he's been a threat for Brno from the start of this tournament. And once again, he can shoot with both feet. And he once again now with Krakow on the back foot.
And what's good is that both sides are having equal amount of chances in the first 6 minutes. 6 minutes gone in this first half. It's 0-0, but yeah, both sides had shots at goal, which is good for a third-place game. We don't want to be a one-sided game.
Yeah, we've been used to these one-sided games and these 0-0s. This is a chance. Here's a chance from Mrazek. Good save, and that was a better save from the keeper there.
Yeah, the first time Mrazek really's had a shot where it was a clean start at goal, where there was no defender in between himself and the goal. It was a slight angle just to the right-hand side on the edge of the D, and he caught it with the end of his toe. The goalkeeper narrowed the angle. It came off his knees and it went out.
With blind football, being a keeper myself, the toe poke shot, that's the hardest one to read with no minimum backlift. So Mrazek, we used the right technique there.
Mrazek shoots into the legs of a defender. It's in a central position, 10 metres from goal. Gottlieb has it. He goes back to the broken line, puts his foot on the ball, tries to go beyond his man. Plenty of spectators all around the field, including a Czech TV crew on the far side. It's with Bruno in their pink shirts, shooting from right to left, down the right-hand side.
Jabber. Come on, Jabber, battling well in the corner there.
And powerful figure of Jan Bango. Jan Bango trying to win the ball back for Bruno, and it's going to be a corner to Bruno on the far right-hand side. Christine Young, the referee, with his foot on the ball. At the moment, Maurizio has done very well as the other referee. In fact, he's trying to stay out of the game for as much as possible, I think. But he'll be back on commentary for the final.
Giving Maurizio enough opportunities to make some calls and get involved. Good to see. Already given a foul.
Mrazek will go wide. It's Karen Seal with the ball from this corner. Goes into a central position. He's now on the broken line. He's attacking the D. Left-hand side. Shoots left-footed. Hits the outside of the near post and goes behind for a goal kick. It looked like the goalkeeper probably had it covered, but it was a good effort by Karen Seal. Left-footed. He was slightly off balance when he caught it, and it went into the near post, just on the outside of the near post, and that's the closest we've had to a goal.
That's classic Karen Seal. Yeah.
It's with down the other end, it's with Krakow on the edge of the D once again. It's with Mikatien. He loses out. In fact, he still has the ball on the right kickboard.
Krakow, he needs support. He needs support.
There's plenty of spectators, so it's quite hard actually when they go down the right-hand kickboard to find out what's going on. But the ball's just been zoomed across the field to the far left-hand side, and Bruno will pick it up. There's plenty of players there, and it's just cleared downfield. Good ball to Mrazek. Mrazek turns inside the half of Krakow. Bruno with the ball, with Mrazek just turning on the broken line, central position. Now he passes to the near left-hand side. Gottlieb was taken a bit by surprise there. He's still got the ball. Nice drag back away from a defender, approaching the D. He's only 2 yards in from the left-hand kickboard, so he might have to pass. He tries to square it over to Mrazek. It's inadvertently directed to the goalkeeper by a defender, and the goalkeeper just boots it down the left-hand side. It doesn't reach halfway, and the ball has actually stopped, so the players will have to try and locate this. There's a collision in midfield between two Krakow players. It's inside the centre circle. It's got quite messy at the moment. No one's quite got the foot on the ball and can start an attack. Now Gottlieb has it for the pink shirts of Bruno. Over the halfway line. Down the left, Gottlieb over the broken line. Slowly making his way towards the D. Runs into a couple of defenders. One of the defenders stands on the ball, and a bit of push in there by Gottlieb, who actually nods his head in approval of the decision.
Needless
by
foul.
Maurizio, and it's the second team foul conceded by Avoy Bruno with 9 minutes 30 gone in the first half.
That's the easiest foul to give away, that you're attacking towards the opponent's goal, you step on the ball, you get pressure, and then you've just been very impatient, and you could just get goal side of the ball, get a hand on, and just be patient and wait for the opportunity to make a tackle.
It was a tremendous decision by the referee, who walks away from our position here, and the free kick's taken downfield. It's over on the far side. Mikatien will look to try and spin Karen Seal. He's inside the final third on the left-hand kickboard. And
Seal.
a swipe at Mikatien
Dear.
by Karen Seal. And that's going to result in a free kick also. It should be a team foul. Yes, it is. And that's the third team foul conceded by Avoy Bruno. And there's just over halfway in this first half. So there's a good 10 minutes to go. And any more team fouls will result in an 8-metre penalty kick. So a little bit of indiscipline there by Karen Seal.
And that's his second personal foul of the game. We're only 10 minutes in at this point. Quarter of the way through the game, and he's already on 2 personal fouls.
So free kick to Krakow. It's 3 yards in from the broken line, a couple of yards in from the left-hand kickboard. The posts are being tapped, as you can hear, but also 3 men in the wall. Mrazek, the main goal threat, he is on the edge of the D, so he will probably, if they get the ball, then make his way downfield. Once again, it's going to be Karen Seal to then close down the kick. It's taken, it hits Karen Seal and into the goalkeeper's hands.
Great defending, and once again from Karen, closing nice and quick and blocking and taking most of the power off of that shot.
It's with Mrazek inside the half of Krakow. Down the left he goes, being chased by 2 defenders, goes into the D, and the defenders do their job, just get their bodies in front of him and the goal, and then can clear upfield. It's with number 5, Adrian Salonika, who's inside the centre circle. Goes back inside his own half.
Oh, that's nice.
Tries to back heel away from
Jambango.
Yambango.
He loves it, Jambango.
He does. It looks like Mikatien does as well, actually, on the far side.
They're both powerful battle between those two.
Mikatien does very well. Lovely little Cruyff turn on the broken line, his own broken line as well. So he's not scared to do it, even though he's inside his own half. Yambango's all over the back of him. Of course, Mikatien realises that a free kick will result in, if it's a team foul, it will be a penalty kick. It will be just a personal foul. So it's just a personal foul here.
Yeah. It's a good battle between those two on that far side there. But once again, Mikatien showing a little bit more experience and being patient and waiting for the opportunity to make the most of it.
Mkhitaryan squares it from the left over to Salonika on the right, just inside his own half. Now on the halfway line, Salonika runs straight into Gottlieb, who goes to ground, but it was a good tackle, so much so that the ball just goes out for a goal kick. It was a tackle on the halfway line, and how cleanly he got the ball was shown by the ball rolling over the goal line. So I'm not too sure what, I think Gottlieb might have been just playing for that. Long throw downfield, just avoids Mrazek, and it will be the goalkeeper at the other end now for Krakow to possibly do the same, but timeout has been called, and the two teams will come over to the near side.
Positive start for both sides. We've had shots for both. We've got Maurizio here coming over for some water.
Yes.
Positive in his refereeing.
Yes, Maurizio at the moment has been possibly, if some people think he's going to be possibly favouring one side, he knows a lot of the teams from players from Avoy Bruno. He's actually gave 2 fouls against them. So I don't know whether he's trying to level it up or anything, but I think he's done very well. He's just having a bit of a talking to here by Christian Young, and I think he'll be trying to give his point of view across as well. So it's goalless after 12 minutes and 54 seconds of the first half, and we have one more game after this, and that will be the final between University of Worcester and also Madrid.
Yeah, that's right. We're looking forward to that. The boys are ready. They've had a little sleep, and they're ready to take on the young boys of Madrid. But I mean, the story of this half now is, can Brno defend with a bit more discipline? They're currently on 3 team fouls. If I was the coach of Krakow, I'd be telling my boys to get at Karen Seal and the rest of the Brno defence in this next 7 minutes. So
yeah, you've got 7 minutes, and also the fact that they've got 3 team fouls against them, and obviously you want to get them. This is a real opportunity in this half to win the game. It might just be the one goal that wins this, and you've got 8 minutes of precious time, 7 minutes of precious time to possibly gain a 8-metre penalty kick or gain a clear opportunity to score. And of course they've got Mkhitaryan, who, if he gets his opportunity, he has taken it in this tournament so far. For some, they're a bit of a surprise package, really, Krakow.
They have been, yeah. I mean, the first game against Worcester, myself and the rest of the Worcester side, we knew that they were going to defend resolutely, and we attacked their goal, many opportunities, but their goalkeeper's been in fantastic form. We hit the post 3 times, but as the tournament's gone on, that actual 0-0 was actually a positive result, as they got better every single game that they played. They almost seemed to grow as a team, and culminating in getting out of the group with that draw against St. Pauli this morning.
So throw-in taken by the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper restart downfield towards Gottlieb, and Gottlieb loses out, and it will be Mkhitaryan on the halfway line. Shoot from miles out, and that goes wide. So it will be a restart. The one thing he does let fly from distance, which is all very well and good, but sometimes can maybe just take it further, at least 10 yards actually further forward, and then shoot. And Bukowski will then be in a lot of difficulty if it's on target because of the power he has.
I'd be asking questions to Mkhitaryan if I was the coach or the guide, and saying, are you listening? Because he has got a very tidy dribble, and he could take that ball further and have a better chance of scoring. But he keeps shooting from too far out at the moment to really trouble Tabuki in the goal. This might be different now.
Mkhitaryan has it now in the final third. He's got his back to goal, and he's got 3 defenders between himself and the goalkeeper. He tries to turn down the left-hand side. Left-footed shot again goes wide, and he puts his hands on Jan Bango, and I think he realises they're going to be colliding quite a few times in this game.
Good spirit there shown by both players there, though, having a good old laugh in this 3rd and 4th playoff. The spirit of the tournament, all the players in good spirits in this game.
Scoot forward,
enjoying the battle
by Karen Seal to try and find Gottlieb on the edge of the D, left-hand side. He's tackled by 3 defenders. He's just been pushed away from the D over to the left-hand side, when Mrazek will pick it up. Chance for a right-footed shot. Now on his left foot. Clear opportunity. Left-footed shot wide of the left-hand post.
Really positive there from back to front. Karen Seal, really good ball into the feet of Gottlieb. A good sort of flat pass in, and then Mrazek doing a bit of magic to get in on that left foot. Really unlucky. Could have done better. But a clear opportunity once again for Brno.
Substitution here. Gottlieb's being replaced.
But that's the beauty of the game there. You're seeing Karen Seal bringing the ball out, passing into a good area for his team. And they've really worked on that in this tournament. He wanted them to pass the ball more. He wanted them to be able to work on some of the things that they've done in the Central European League in this tournament. And I'm starting to see a real improvement as he's on the ball again.
Karen Seal down the left-hand side, into the final third, good close dribbling skills, into the D, right-footed shot, just goes wide. Cracking effort there by Karen Seal, gets a good round of applause by the crowd here in Brunel. And Karen Seal showing all his quality there. His first really meaningful run from the back, and his shot just goes wide of the right-hand post. It's with Krakow inside their half. There's 4.5 minutes remaining of this first half. Jan Mango goes forward for Krakow, for Bruno, into the edge of the D, shoots wide. Just got his radar slightly wrong there. He was facing the wrong way. He was towards more the corner than
it's good defending
post.
Once again by Krakow there. They're showing Jan Bango into a wide area, protecting the goal and protecting the keeper. So, yeah, good defending again from Krakow. Good enough.
Downfield, poke forward, and that should be a call by the keeper just to leave that.
That's a mistake.
Unfortunately, it just came off the player, the defender's leg. So
yeah, that's a mistake between the defence of Brno there. Lack of communication from both the two players, Karen and Jan Bango, and also Buki, the goalkeeper, giving away a needless corner. So here's a chance to set it up for Krakow.
So there's 3 men back in the wall for Brunel. Razak is still on the edge of the Krakow area. It's flipped corner onto the shoulder of Karen Seal. And if Seal can bring this forward, it could be a 2-on-1. He plays it forward towards Mrazek. Can it avoid the defender? It does, but it avoids also Mrazek. And that will go through for a goalkeeper restart with 3.5 minutes to go. And Avoy Brno, once again, they do have those 3 team fouls against them. It's not to look like there's been an opportunity for a foul or any fouls given that went against them personally rather than team fouls. That's just going to go straight out of play for a Brno goalkeeping restart. They've been quite disciplined actually after that final team foul was given.
And Seal looks like he's now trying to get more on the ball and try and get forward a little bit more and make things tick for his side. That one's unlucky again, so that's 2 now. Passes that are probably about a metre either side of Mrazek. If he gets hold of those, then those are the sort of balls that he can cause problems with.
Yes, and in the previous game for Brunel, there was a period of 5 minutes just after half-time where he actually played quite far forward and was more of an attacking threat. And I'm just wondering when that will be, whether it will be just after half-time. If it remains 0-0, and there's been a collision there between some of the spectators and... it was Mkhitaryan on that far side.
I think Mkhitaryan has just got soaked by some spectators' beer as he ran forward with his arm just over the boards.
Yeah, I think the beer was actually just on the side of the kickboard, and Mkhitaryan has just ran and got covered in beer.
He's just having a laugh now. Again, once again, he's a bit of a... He likes having fun, this lad, up front. He's grown on us in this tournament. He's a good character. He probably would go over and have a sip from it if any last night's anything to go by.
I wouldn't blame him. Kick downfield by Brunel, and that might not actually run out of play. So Krakow will pick it up inside their own D. Hopefully he doesn't knock it out. No, he doesn't. Krakow, clear downfield from the right corner of their D over to the left, picked up by Jan Bango. Jan Bango versus the kickboard on the far side. Ooh. Tries to switch play, but switch play with a mighty swipe of his right boot, and it's a good job Mrazak didn't control that because it might have winded him. Long throw out by the goalkeeper over his arm with 1.5 minutes to go down the right, comes off the kickboard, can't be controlled by Saloniki in midfield, but it can be by Karen Seal, who just overruns the ball. That could have been dangerous. He goes back to try and win it back on his own broken line. Saloniki shoots, that goes wide, and it will be a restart for the goalkeeper. 1 minute to go.
Brno will be looking just to keep and retain the ball now for the next minute. Take that opportunity for the 8 metres out of the equation with any loose possessions. Karen comes over the halfway line again.
Karen Seal down the left-hand side, over the halfway line towards the broken line.
That's exactly what I'm talking about there.
Late void called by Karen Seal, and it will be.
Karen Seal is not happy. Karen Seal is absolutely livid with that decision. I have to say, he's done really well there to take out the first man, and the ball's slightly rolling away. We've got a player that's kind of static, and this happens quite a lot in blind football where you've got a defender static with a late voice out, and the ball's slightly out in front of Karen. Karen is actually technically in possession of the ball. He's still there with the ball. It's not run away too far from him. And it's that sort of grey area in blind football in a minute where you have a defender sort of standing their ground, hand on, and in the late voice shot, and it's just it's actually gone against Keren this time, which is one of them. It's a 50-50 sort of grey area of the game. They're on the 8s, that's what I said. This is the chance they've went after.
Yep, there's 40 seconds to go in this first half. This could be, as I said, it could just be the one goal that wins this. It's going to be taken by Jersey Sap.
He's setting up like he's going to have a good old toe poke at this.
Bukowski's got his hands on the crossbar. Right-footed. Bukowski.
Oh, wow.
It hits the post, it's the left-hand post. Bukowski went the right way. I think he was beaten poor pace. He came out slightly from the goal line, didn't he? Just to try and narrow the angle. But a powerful shot. It's the outside of the post, and it's now a corner to Bruno on the right-hand side. It was an unlucky effort from the penalty spot.
That is an absolutely tremendous strike that that player possesses. What's that player's name?
Jersey Sap, but also the fact that these goals are the old size goals as well. So if it was in the new size goals, that probably would have hit the inside of the post.
Absolutely.
And it would have been pretty much unsavable.
Yes, that's right. I mean, toe poke technique now, that's the way to go to beat the goalkeepers in the new size goals. Even in these futsal goals, I would be teaching and coaching my players to do that. It's Keren, the last chance. Great save.
Kramer Seal, left-footed shot from around about 10 yards out, central position. Goalkeeper probably saw it the whole way and then parried it from just in front of his face. And with only 5 seconds to go, the ball's on the halfway line. So it's going to be 0-0 at half-time.
Yeah.
Very even first half. Chances at both ends. Of course, the best chance was from that 8-metre penalty, which hit the outside of the post. The post has also been hit at the other end. It's 0-0. And we'll be back with second half commentary. Dan, you're going to leave the commentary box because you've got to get your troops ready for the final, which will take place in just over 20 minutes' time. So all the best for the final.
Thank you, Pete. Thanks for having us in the commentary box, and see you on the pitch in a bit.
Will do. And we're back underway with coverage of this third place playoff game between Krakow and Avoy Brno. It's goalless at half-time, or just starting the second half. It was goalless after a penalty miss in the final few seconds of the first half. After 3 penalty fouls, team fouls were given against Avoy Brno. Referees on the field, Michael Peak, who was changed from Christian Young, and my fellow commentator is Maurizio, who's now going to be refereeing. So you've got the pleasure of myself for this final 20 minutes and possibly a penalty shootout. Ball forward for Brno, who are shooting from left to right in their pink shirts, the all navy blue of Krakow. They are shooting from right to left. It was Mrazak on the broken line. Mrazak being forced back. In fact, it's now with Krakow on the right. They play it out of their half into the final third. Mkhitaryan just trying to battle with Yambango. Mkhitaryan does well. He's in the central position. He's 20 yards from goal. Mkhitaryan, right-footed shot straight at the goalkeeper. Good save by Bukowski. Low down to his left-hand side. Went down with one knee and saved a powerful shot. The first real shot on target by Mkhitaryan. But here comes Saloniki on the right-hand side for Krakow. Saloniki, no Voy, I don't think was called there by Keren Seal. Keren Seal went over to where the player was, and I don't think anything was shouted by Keren Seal. So that's the first team foul by Keren Seal. Manager heard it's the 4th personal foul as well for Keren Seal. So it's going to be a free kick to Krakow. It's 3 yards in from the broken line in the attacking third. It's 2 yards in from the kickboard. Mkhitaryan will look to take this. He's going to receive the knock from behind by Saloniki. Basically, he just puts his foot on the ball to take the indirect free kick, and then Mkhitaryan will shoot. Mkhitaryan, right-footed, hits Keren Seal, who was only 2 yards in front of him when he took the shot. The ball goes over to the left-hand side for Krakow. Plenty of Brno players come over to this near side, including Yambango, who does well. Yambango manages to go beyond the halfway line. Mrazak on the right-hand side, tries to turn his man, does well. Past the broken line he goes. He's over to the left-hand side. He's 20 yards from goal. He's now in the final third. just trying to feel where the ball is. He's now approaching the D, runs straight into defence, and Krakow bring it out up to halfway. Inside the centre circle, just loses possession of the ball. Yambango goes back inside his own half, picks it up by the right-hand kickboard. Yambango dribbles over the halfway line. Yambango carries on for Bruno, away to my right. He's on the edge of the D, left-hand side. Yambango can't get a shot off on goal. Krakow defenders come across to try and block him, and Yambango's with him, just putting pressure on, and the ball goes square to Mrazak. Mrazak with a good chance here, shot on goal, just gets blocked, and the goalkeeper does well, bravely down, and stops the ball as soon as it rolled into his goalkeeping square, and he will have the opportunity to clear. 3 minutes gone in the second half, still goalless, 0-0. Long throw out down the left-hand side, and it's a clash between Mkhitaryan and also Yambango is right in front of me. And Mkhitaryan does well this time. He can shoot from distance, right-footed. He does over the top of the crossbar. Good efforts on goal. Not afraid to shoot is Mkhitaryan from any distance at all. This one was outside of the broken line, and it went over by about 1.5 yards. But a good effort always to rise, and it wasn't anywhere near Bukowski's goal. A long throw down by Bukowski and 2 kneel blocks there. So basically putting 1 kneel down on the floor to stretch your leg out so the ball can then control against your leg. It was Mkhitaryan who actually stopped the ball. He's going back inside his own half to try and pick it up. It's with Bruno and Mrazek on the right. Inside Krakow half. He comes towards the centre, just loses out. And it will be a back heel by Krakow downfield. And inadvertently touches a Bruno player's leg, and that will be a corner to Krakow. The call came from Bukowski to say, leave it, the ball's just going to run out of play. And when the ball came to one of the players, he then moved out the way, it hit his leg, and it went out for a corner. So a chance really now for Krakow to move the ball from Mkhitaryan into a central position to then shoot nearer to the goal. That's his problem. He's been shooting from too far out. He needs to get closer to the D to get a shot on goal. Mkhitaryan from the corner, looks a little drag back towards the D, got possession, he got his foot on top of the ball. He's going to try and turn his man. He's still by the corner. Karen Seal with his arm on his back, just by him. Mkhitaryan tries to turn around. He's being wrestled with Karen Seal. Mkhitaryan still has it. Now he has a turn and snapshot, hits the defender, and it goes out for another corner. Another corner to Krakow for the same place, same left-hand side as previously taken. And I wonder if they're going to have a change in tactics here. Are they going to decide to run with the ball along the edge of the D? It was a foul, or a real cry on Mkhitaryan, who holds the ball. There was no foul awarded by the referee. It was Karen Seal who came in with the tackle, and Mkhitaryan's not happy with the decision. I think it's going to be a drop ball decision here. It was certainly a powerful tackle. There's plenty of spectators on that side, and I must admit, I didn't see the point of contact between them, but you could really hear the point of contact between the two, Karen Seal and Mkhitaryan. I think it's going to be a drop ball. I think Karen Seal's just going to sportingly play it downfield, so it could be continued in possession of Krakow. Krakow throw the ball out downfield to Mkhitaryan, who's continued his way forward. Mkhitaryan by the left-hand corner. Can he turn his man this time? He's in a central position. He's only 10 yards from goal now. Pushed back to the broken line by Karen Seal. It really is Karen Seal versus Mkhitaryan at the moment. And at the moment, well, Karen Seal with 4 fouls against him. He can't afford to foul anymore. Back heel by Mkhitaryan down the left-hand side. It's just kept in. And Yambango has his hands all over the Saloniki, the Krakow forward on the left. Hands in the air by the kickboard. Try not to give a foul away. Yambango levers him away and then clears downfield, much to the applause of fans on the far side. 7 minutes gone in the second half, still goalless. Ball in the far right-hand corner on the attack. Mrazak for Bruno. Down the right, he's just got dispossessed, and Krakow have enjoyed their best spell of possession, I'd probably say, in the tournament so far. Salonika comes over halfway to the broken line, tries to shoot, go into ground as has a Bruno player, just fall into ground. No foul given because he just lost his footing, and it will be Bukowski in goal for Bruno to then throw the ball downfield. He hits Mrazak on the back of his heel, and Mrazak will now try and build an attack. Mrazak down the right for Bruno. Mrazak just gets dispossessed by 3 Krakow players, and they clear the ball over halfway, only to the feet of Yambango and Bruno. Bruno down the centre field, past the broken line, just on the edge of the D. Again, a wall of blue shirts. One of them goes to ground. He was claiming a foul. The actual push was by his own player, though. And here comes out of the chaos on the edge of the D, that man once again, Mkhitaryan, inside the centre circle. Good tackle comes in by Yambango. Mkhitaryan a bit forceful there on Yambango, who is hugging for the second time in this game, and that's going to be a free kick to Bruno. And good sportsmanship shown there by Mkhitaryan on Yambango. So 8 minutes gone in the second half, still goalless. We've had a penalty in the first half that was on to the outside of the post, and we've also had Karen Seal hitting the post in the first half, the outside of the near left post away to my left. And so far in this second half, Karen Seal just with his arms out wide, he's going to take this free kick. He's just on the broken line, left of centre. Karen Seal over to the left, drags back. He's still going down the left, drags back again on his right foot, shoots from distance, low, past the near post. The goalkeeper would have had that covered. And there's going to be a double substitution here for Bruno.
The players number 10 and 16 go out. Aleš Moravec and Karen Seal.
So 10 and 16, Moravec and Karen Seal. Players coming on. Petrus. And also Blazek will be coming on. Drinks down to your left, Karen. Kick taken by Krakow. Up to halfway, inside the centre circle, Mkhitaryan carrying his run down the right, gets to the broken line. He's got Yambango on his back. Mkhitaryan carries on towards the D. Chance for a shot, left-footed shot, great save by Bukowski. Away to his left, got two hands onto it, parried it away. The ball's back in play on the broken line. It's with Bruno on the far side though. Gottlieb clears from the left all the way down the right-hand side to Mrazek. Mrazek can't control. It's back towards Yambango on the left. He's going to have to wait for it to bounce off the boards. And he's going over again to try and regain possession. It's Gottlieb. Just gets in the way of Krakow. It's a very even game with 10 minutes to go. It's goalless under red-hot sunshine now. When the sun's out, it is very warm here in Brno. Crossfield ball by Krakow from the right to the left. There's no Krakow player there, so Yambango can now try and spin his man and clear. Mrazek, Mkhitaryan comes forward for Krakow to try and win it back. If he does win it back here, he can try and turn and get a shot off by the D. It's towards the corner, a real match between these two who have hugged each other a couple of times. Mkhitaryan almost goes to ground. He's got his back to goal. He's on the broken line by the kickboard. Mkhitaryan with the ball, holding on to the kickboard, and a tackle from behind. And it's going to be a free kick to Bruno. It's going to be taking place right in front of our commentary position, inside their own half. The instructions being given from the bench as well, just to say, go for a run yourself. Forwards goes Yambango. Good ball over to the left-hand side, straight to the feet of Gottlieb. Gottlieb turns his man now on the broken line to a more central position. He passes it along the broken line. Good pass as well to Mrazek on the right. He's got now three men on his back. Mrazek tries to turn back inside. Good spin, pirouette on the edge of the D. Can he get a right-footed shot? No, he can't. He just loses possession at the wrong moment and it runs out for a goalkeeping restart. But good build-up there by Avoy. And it will be the goalkeeper to throw long. Just bounces inside his own half. Good throw down the left-hand side to Mrazek, to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan can't then win it back on the edge of the D. Mkhitaryan by the left-hand side. Now wins it back for Krakow. If he turns, it could be very dangerous. He's got his back to goal. And he's got one arm over his back. And the referee on the far side, Michael Peake, has given the decision. There were two hands on Mkhitaryan. That's why the free kick was given. It was given by Michael Peake on the far side. He had a really good view there. So a real good opportunity for Mkhitaryan. If he just has someone with him just to pass the ball forward and then take a shot, he's got a really good angle. The two-man wall, make that three-man wall, is blocking the far post, but you can see plenty of the goal if he is going to take a straight shot towards goal. If the coaches behind the goal tell him, then there's plenty of goal can be seen straight from the ball. I'm directly behind the ball. That's why I've got a very good view. But then again, so is the goalkeeper, Bukowski, who will obviously trust his reactions. Mkhitaryan goes towards the centre. He's just inside the Avoy half. Mkhitaryan goes to ground, nothing given. He just went to ground under his own steam, and now it can be cleared by Avoy Bruno. That could be a foul. No, nothing given. It was Mkhitaryan trying to win the ball back. That's a clean tackle. He's won the ball back. There's only one man between him and the D. He shoots. Good block by the defender. He stood his ground, and it came careered off his shins up to halfway. And that was a good block. Without that block, it could have been very, very dangerous. Avoy Bruno down the left-hand side with Mrazek. Good slalom run. Real chance here. And it hits the goalkeeper in the chest. Comes back out. If he can shoot left-footed, no, he can't. It was just the last touch by his left foot. His standing foot just caught the ball. And then when he swung his right foot, the ball was a bit too far forward. He didn't get a lot of purchase on the ball. And the goalkeeper almost made a real hash of it. And that's going to run out of play for a corner to Bruno down the right-hand side. It bobbled just in front of the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper really should have done better there. He should have held on to it, but it will be a corner. So a chance here with just under 6 minutes remaining of the second half. It's 0-0 in the third place playoff game. The game after this will be the final of Mukovica 2018, and it will be between Worcester from the United Kingdom and Madrid, of course, of Spain. Shot comes in from distance from Mrazek, and it came off a defender's boot, and it will be a corner on the right-hand side. So corner once again to Bruno. Corner taken, Mrazek around the edge of the D. Just gets overrun by the defence, and it's a foul there on Mrazek by Mkhitaryan, and I think it's again another foul-in not called. Referee Michael Peake just pointing to his mouth. And Mkhitaryan can't believe it. He's got his hands in the air, sitting on the floor. And it's going to be a free kick from just inside the broken line. 11 metres from goal. Central position. A real opportunity here. 3 men in the wall. Make that 4. So 4 men in the wall. Mrazek is standing just behind Gottlieb. And this is a real chance with just 4 minutes remaining. If it shifts to the right. No, he's gone to the left-hand side, Gottlieb. Dragged back. He's going to square it to the right-hand side. Chance now on the edge of the D. Shot right, but he blocked by the defence. Comes out to halfway. It's going to be left for Yambango. Yambango's got plenty of time here. There's no one near him. Plays it down the line into the chest of Mrazek. Mrazek switches over to the left, just behind where Gottlieb was, but there's plenty of time there because there's no Krakow player inside the opposition half. So Bruno have plenty of time coming forward. Down the centre, Gottlieb over the broken line, just overran the ball. 3.5 minutes to go. Now the counter-attack's on. Inside the centre circle, it's with Saloniki. Out to Mkhitaryan. Back on the halfway, Mkhitaryan. He's got on the back of him Yambango. Mkhitaryan trying to turn his man. The ball's trapped against the kickboard, and the referee, Michael Peake, has gave a foul against Bruno.
Only person foul for the play number 5 from Bruno, blocking the opponent, and indirect free kick for players of Krakow. Timeout for Krakow.
Timeout called by the team of Krakow, so the clock will stop. 37 minutes and 17 seconds gone of this game. So there is only 3 minutes to go. The possibility of penalties is becoming more and more.
Panowie, robimy swoje, bo robiliśmy 37 minut świetną robotę. Mamy jeszcze tak naprawdę 5 minut dodatkowe, nie 3, 5.
Another timeout. Free kick from the half line for Kraków.
Wolki ciut wyżej, 3 wyżej.
Game back underway after the timeouts, and it's on the halfway line on the far side with Saloniki and Krakow. They're shooting from right to left in their navy blue shirts. The pink of Avoy Bruno, the home side here in this tournament. It's third place playoff game, and there's 3 minutes remaining. Big crowd here for this third place playoff game. Hopefully they all stay for the final, which will take place very shortly after this between Worcester and Madrid. It's with Mrazek in centre field. On the broken line in the attacking third now, just gets tackled by the Krakow defence, and the Krakow defence will bring it out and play it down the left. It's with Mrazek on the left-hand side. Mkhitaryan for Krakow. On the kickboard, left-hand side, on the broken line. He's got a man on the back of him. He's asking the referee for a bit of attention here, but the defending player for Bruno, Jan Bango, doesn't have his hands on him at the moment. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of another, if ever I saw one. And they're on the broken line. They're not going anywhere. And it's just wasting a bit of time. Square ball over to the far side. Shot comes in from distance, goes wide. And it will be a goalkeeping restart. 2.5 minutes remaining. Long throw out by Bukowski. Downfield, trying to find Mrazek, and does so. Real chance here. Couldn't turn, couldn't control, and then turn Mrazek. It would have been a really good opportunity for Bruno. But it's with, on the far side, Saloniki. The far right-hand side comes forward over halfway, over the broken line for Krakow against the kickboard. He's got 3 defenders behind him. The main goal threat for Krakow is Mkhitaryan, and he's on the near side. And it's going to be a foul by Gottlieb on the Krakow player. That's going to be the second team foul. So at the moment, no real danger of any penalties being awarded for that. Remember, they allowed 3, and then the fourth one will be, fourth team foul will be a 8-metre penalty, which we had in the first half. So Karen Seal will be coming on.
Free kick for players of Krakow from the half line.
So Krakow with the free kick. Free kick on the halfway line. Taken by Mkhitaryan. Flipped ball forward towards Saloniki, bit of invention there. Just going to run out of play. And there's just over a minute to go. Goalkeeper Bukowski. Long throw down the right. That's going to come off the kickboard on the right. And it's controlled by Mrazek. Goes back towards the halfway line, tries a slalom run on the left, drifting in and out, left and right and left. Mrazek on the left, now drifted over to the right. He's outside of the broken line. There's a majority of players inside the final third. Good ball to Karen Seal. Karen Seal on the right-hand side. Shot into the side netting. But a shot there by Karen Seal, who's back on the field. And there's less than a minute to go. Possibly brought on just for penalties. It's not going to be long now. Only 40 seconds. Here goes Mkhitaryan. Shot from distance goes wide. Again, nearer the corner than it is the right-hand post. 30 seconds remaining. Throw out by the goalkeeper to Karen Seal. He's got the whole half to himself. He's now going over towards the centre circle. In the centre circle. Close dribbling skills. Away to the left-hand side he goes. Past one. Past the broken line. Karen Seal. Real opportunity. Shoots straight to the goalkeeper's knees. Great play by Karen Seal. He managed to dribble past the entire side. And then his shot was low. Right at the knees of the goalkeeper. He did well. He did everything right, Karen Seal. Just at the last moment, the point of impact, the shot. It was just not good enough. Just not past the goalkeeper. And it will be a penalty shootout. So penalty shootout after a goalless draw.
And now the penalty shootout will decide who will be the third and who will be the fourth.
So penalty shootout to decide the third and fourth place game. And then we'll go on to the final here in the Mukovica. So the two teams will just spend a few minutes to try and sort out their order. And then they will have 3 penalties each. And if they're still tied after 3 penalties, they will then go into a sudden death to decide who will win the third place playoff game, which will make a difference between these teams because especially Bruno, you can hear cries of Avoy, Bruno on the far side, and they're by the friends of São Paulo who have been here for many years, as long as I've been coming to this fantastic blind football tournament in the Czech Republic. And I have to say a word for the Krakow team who've done fantastically well. And I think they deserve to be in this third and fourth place playoff game. A word about the referees. Michael Peake and Christian Young, very good. Maurizio, so-so. He'll be back in the commentary box alongside me for the final. It's very hot out there. I'm just finding a bit of cover. So we'll fall silent now whilst the two teams sort themselves out. We're back with commentary and live coverage of the penalty shootout. So the penalty shootout to decide who's finishing in third. First penalty will be for Bruno. Go behind the posts, just tapping the left and then the right. First penalty of 3 for Bruno. Right-footed effort. Shoots into the back of the net, slow down the left-hand corner, and Bruno score the first. It's a goal for Michal Petras. Petras scores. Bukowski, the goalkeeper, gives him a hug, so does Zitka. Now Bukowski will take his place on the goal line. So 1-0. And now it will be Adrian Salonika. Adrian Salonika will take this. He's got his right hand on top of the ball. Bukowski standing on the goal line. He's going to take this right-footed. Saloniki versus Bukowski. Good save by the goalkeeper. Saved by Bukowski. Truth to be told, it was straight at him. The cry of Buki goes up. It was straight at the goalkeeper, but a good save. Stood his ground, didn't commit himself. Read the ball well and parried it away. Safety first by the goalkeeper. And Bruno have a 1-goal advantage. The next penalty will be taken by the captain, Jan Malazic. That's the right-hand post being tapped. And that's the left. Lazek scored goals in this tournament. The captain, can he put Bruno 2 up? Shoots into the back of the net, into the top corner. Unstoppable penalty there. And Bruno are 2 goals up in this penalty shootout. And we have a must-score penalty here for Krakow.
Robert Merkitan, number 3, will be another executor from Krakow.
Robert Mkhitaryan, the main goal threat for Krakow, to take an all-important penalty. Right-footed, needs to score. Bukowski on the goal line. Crouches down low. Right-footed. Straight to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper saves. Mkhitaryan goes down to his knees. And it's Avoy Bruno who finished third in their home tournament. Bruno finished third in the penalty shootout. Commiserations to Krakow. But congratulations to Avoy Bruno. And now we will go on to the final. We'll be back with live coverage of the final between Worcester and Madrid.
A beautiful match between Brno and Krakow ended up with a goalless draw, but after penalty shootout, Brno